So someone's been spreading rumors about you. For some of you, it's not just one person. It could be an entire group of people who gather together like a little clique just to gossip and drag your name. But here's the twist. It's all backfiring. Everything they've tried to do to damage your reputation is exposing them instead. People are starting to see their true colors, their real character. And it's not pretty. By trying so hard to tear you down, they've revealed exactly who they are. Toxic, two-faced, and not the kind of people anyone wants to be around. Others are beginning to avoid them altogether because no one wants to be their next target. These could have been people who once pretended to be your friends, your supporters, even a loving partner or someone on your side. But now their mask has slipped, and everyone's realizing how fake they really are. A lot of people are even cringing at their behavior. They can see how these individuals are projecting their own insecurities onto you, trying to paint you as the villain, the bad one, the evil person, when in reality they're just trying to hide their own flaws. Some of the stories being spread about you are so over the top and ridiculous that it's making the rumor spreaders look unhinged. Instead of ruining your reputation, they're destroying their own. So let's go a little deeper. People aren't just seeing them as toxic anymore. They're seeing them as not very intelligent either. Their actions, their lies, and their drama are backfiring spectacularly. They thought they could play you, but the truth is shining through louder than their rumors ever could. This is you moving out of all of this. For some of you, there are people genuinely stepping in to support you, helping to lift you out of the negativity and darkness that's been surrounding you. Others are recognizing you for exactly who you are, someone who values honesty, integrity, and authenticity. You're stable, grounded, and sensible. People can see you value peace, not drama. Meanwhile, these toxic people are still trying to sling negativity at you, but the contrast is obvious. While they're busy spreading lies and projecting their insecurities, others are looking at them like they're completely unraveling, because in truth, they are. The same people who once might have been confused are now looking at you and realizing you're the calm, level-headed one. They can feel your authenticity, your compassion, your empathy. They sense your energy. They know your heart is genuine, and they can see that so much of what's coming from these toxic people is just envy and insecurity. It's actually making others cringe at how transparent these toxic people have become. Their attempts to destroy your image have only exposed their own, and now people are beginning to defend you. This could be your soul tribe, your family, your real friends, the people who truly have your back. Through this process, you're finding out who your real allies are, and you're moving into calmer waters, into a place of healing and restoration. The universe has been watching everything unfold. It has seen that you don't deserve what these toxic people tried to put you through, and now the energy is shifting. These toxic people are facing their own judgment, their own consequences. In fact, the very thing they feared most, being seen for who they really are, is happening. They've exposed themselves completely. By trying to project their insecurities and their own darkness onto you, they've only revealed their true colors. People are no longer seeing you as they tried to paint you. They're seeing them. This is your turning point, your transition out of the storm and into peace. It's no coincidence that the divine has led these people into your life. This was all orchestrated because the universe knew you would stand firm in your truth. The truth was always going to come out about who you are, about your integrity, and also about who they really are. Their toxicity could not stay hidden forever. The divine placed these people in these situations on your path so that, ultimately, everything could be revealed, not only for others to see, but for you to feel empowered and liberated as well. Now, people are recognizing how unfairly you've been treated. They're stepping up to support you, to help you move forward, and to protect you. You are surrounded by protection from the divine, and this is a period of real positive movement ahead. There's also true love around you, whether from a partner, friends, family, or simply those genuine souls who recognize your authenticity and value you for it. With the Knight of Pentacles energy here, others are seeing you as someone dependable, stable, and deeply grounded. They see the value you place on integrity and hard work. They also see your creativity, your ability to build and maintain abundance, and your commitment to establishing a solid foundation. These toxic individuals have long envied everything you've created for yourself. They thought they could strip you of what you've built, your reputation, your peace, even in some cases your financial stability. But what they didn't understand is that you've been building slowly, intentionally, and with depth, both externally and internally. Your spiritual growth and inner stability cannot be stolen, and it's not something that can be destroyed from the outside. They assumed you were like them, lacking substance, lacking true inner strength, so they thought it would be easy to crush you. But you're different. You've cultivated something real within yourself, something they can't touch. Perhaps for a time they did deceive you, pulling the wool over your eyes. But there came a turning point. They began to fear being exposed, and so they doubled down, trying to make you look like the villain, shifting all the attention to you. Yet their plan backfired spectacularly. Instead of discrediting you, it highlighted their toxicity even more. Everyone can now see them for who they are, which is the very thing they were desperate to avoid. But that's what their vibration called in, and now they're living with the consequences of what they created for themselves. This is you rebuilding, rising, and creating even more stability than before. Many of you have walked through what felt like the dark night of the soul during this situation. You've endured anxiety, faced your deepest fears, and stood your ground in the middle of storms that would have broken a weaker person. But that darkness has now been cleared away. The stormy, fearful thoughts have lost their power. You're moving into calmer waters, into an emotional state of peace and clarity. You've stepped fully into your role as the creator of your reality. You're no longer allowing these foolish, chaotic individuals to disrupt or destroy what you've already built. What you've created is not just material or external, it's your eternal nature, your vibration of abundance, strength, and powerful intuition. You're protected by the divine at every turn. This is you not only rebuilding, but expanding, creating something even greater than before. You've ascended through this experience. You've reached a whole new vibration, a higher level of consciousness where you're able to receive even more abundance, stability, and blessings. This challenge wasn't random. It came into your life to strengthen you, to sharpen your boundaries, to help you fully embody your empowered, intuitive self. The people who tried to harm or undermine you were moving from a completely different energy. They are chaotic, destructive, and constantly experiencing their own tower moments. They've tried to create their version of stability by tearing others down, by tearing you down, believing they could build themselves up on the rubble of someone else's reputation. But that's not how true stability works. Real foundations are built in alignment with the divine, with the heart, with integrity and soul. They were trying to build from ego, and ego will always collapse. The universe reveals the truth, and it always moves to dissolve false power. That's why these individuals have faced their own dramatic setbacks and ego deaths. Everything they tried to send your way has boomeranged back to them. They're feeling foolish, exposed, and unstable because they went to war with the wrong person, someone cloaked in divine protection, someone who has cultivated inner strength and emotional mastery. You, on the other hand, have emerged brighter, stronger, and more stable. You've manifested peace in the very place they tried to sow chaos. While they remain stuck in insecurity and instability, you stand in your power. Others are now seeing the truth, seeing these people as destructive, manipulative, and willing to throw anyone under the bus to get ahead. Their tactics no longer work because your light, your resilience, and your alignment with the divine have made you untouchable. This was an immense betrayal for you. Once again, the divine spirit, God, has witnessed every detail of this. These people intentionally tried to push you into sleepless nights, immense anxiety, and overwhelming darkness. This was truly a 9 and 10 of Swords experience, a mental and spiritual battlefield. For some of you, it may even have involved other forms of abuse. But at its core, this was a deeply psychological war. They were envious of you, envious of your light, your positivity, your ability to manifest abundance and remain seen in a good light. They couldn't stand that you've built yourself up so authentically, so powerfully. They were jealous of you being your true self, because these individuals can't do the same. They wear masks, constantly deceiving others, because they cannot love or even face their own true selves. But no mask can hide a person's essence forever. Their true character always reveals itself in the end. Ironically, everything they tried to do against you has only elevated you further. This situation has brought you into the forefront, into the limelight. They believed everyone would watch your downfall. But instead, The world is witnessing your rebirth. People are looking closer at you now, seeing the truth of who you are, a strong, radiant, resilient soul. And many want to support and comfort you, like a guiding presence, like the cat in the card, who quietly appears to soothe someone in despair. This is your new dawn after so much darkness and betrayal. These may have been people close to you once, people you truly believed were on your side, people you thought would never betray you. It could even have been a group, with the 10 swords symbolizing multiple betrayals. But this has been your death and rebirth moment. You are the phoenix rising from the ashes, 10 times stronger, wiser, and more radiant than before. And now, it is they who sit in the anxiety, the sleepless nights, and the darkness they once wished upon you. Let's dive even deeper, gambler. These people were trying to pull the wool over your eyes, weaving illusions to keep you trapped in darkness and confusion. Yet what they didn't realize is that this very darkness became the catalyst for your awakening. The black cat here represents heightened intuition, your inner sight sharpening even when your outer sight was clouded. They tried to drown you in shadows, but instead you turned inward, looking to the divine and to your own inner compass. This experience forged your intuition into something unshakable, something powerfully aligned with your divine path. It speaks of a rare willingness to follow your intuition even when others doubt you. This trial honed your gifts and made you far stronger than before. Meanwhile, these people, reckless in their approach, carried the gambler energy, relying on luck rather than discipline or hard work. They took an enormous risk in coming against you, a risk they didn't fully comprehend. They may have gathered together, believing there was strength in numbers. But even united, they were no match for the light and truth you embody and speak. They wanted to silence you through threats, chaos, manipulation, and perhaps even direct action aimed at destroying your life. They wanted you on the ground, just like the 10 of Swords, pinned, voiceless, and defeated. But what they actually did was back you into a corner where you had no choice but to stand tall and speak your truth. And that truth became their undoing. Instead of breaking you, they made you. They strengthened your voice. You've emerged as a spiritual leader, an empowered empath, a guide for others who are lost or hurting. You're here to help people rebuild, to navigate their own rebirths, and to step into the light, just as you did. They took a gamble against someone divinely protected and spiritually fortified, and they lost. Their arrogance blinded them. They believed they could easily defeat you, but their own foolishness has now been exposed for all to see. You followed your intuition out of the darkness, and that choice became both your liberation and their downfall. You are a deeply attractive divine feminine. For some of you, you may even be a divine masculine watching this. But regardless, your energy is magnetic, powerful, and impossible to ignore. This magnetism is at the root of so much of the envy directed your way. People can feel your power, your presence, your light, and for some it awakens admiration, love, and inspiration, while for others, it triggers jealousy, projection, and resentment. Your energy embodies what many fear and crave at the same time. It highlights the sacred, erotic energy of the feminine, and it opens your heart even more fully when your dependency or vulnerability is rejected. This is part of your spiritual mastery. Some have tried to twist or exploit this power, spreading rumors or distorting the truth about you, even attempting to shame you by exploiting your sacred, sensual, and magnetic essence. But this is one of the many lies they've clung to in order to minimize or discredit the very power they are secretly drawn to. Because the truth is this: you are magnetic because you hold the power of the light within you. People are drawn to you not only because of your beauty, but because of your transformative energy. As a true divine feminine, your presence acts like a mirror and a catalyst. You naturally attract both extremes, those who love you and those who resent you, because your energy shakes people awake. It calls out their shadows, exposes illusions, and ignites transformation. Those who are operating from love and humility are drawn to your light as an opportunity to grow, to heal, and to rise with you. With these souls, there is mutual expansion, the dissolving of ego, and a deeper embodiment of light and love. You and these benevolent souls co-create spiritual growth together, but those who are deeply entrenched in ego, jealousy, or toxic patterns find your energy to be a rude awakening. Even if they don't consciously learn or evolve, they are forced to confront themselves, and your presence creates immense tower moments, divine shakeups that their souls cannot ignore. It is as if your energy initiates a cycle of death and rebirth, forcing hidden truths and shadows into the light. And while some may leave your orbit bitter or defensive, they will never forget the awakening they experienced in your presence. Many of them simply learn to avoid those with your level of light in the future, not realizing that it was a gift, an opportunity for transformation. This is the alchemy you bring. You are the embodiment of indestructible love beneath all things. You carry the frequency of metamorphosis, not only for those you encounter, but for yourself as well. You are moving through your own spiritual death and rebirth cycles, growing stronger, clearer, and more empowered with every step. This is you stepping fully into your power, into your truth, and into the radiant, transformative light of who you really are. Yeah, this is holy energy, truly spiritual. The monk archetype. Selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. These people had no idea how deeply you're aligned with the divine, with the infinite, with God, and with the boundless power of that love. They couldn't comprehend the indestructible nature of truth that you stand in. Now people are seeing you for who you really are. Selfless, unwavering, and devoted. I'm telling you, the light is on you now more than ever before, and many eyes are watching in awe. This is the true essence of your being. Dedication to spirit. They're seeing you as benevolent, loving, empathic, kind, and compassionate. A soul who radiates goodness without expecting anything back. These toxic people thought your path was a joke. They didn't believe in spirituality. They didn't believe in higher truth or sacred devotion. But everything they did has only purified your path even further. It has stripped away darkness, dissolved heavy karma, and cleared blocks and anxieties that once weighed on you. What remains is your pure connection to the divine. Stronger, brighter, and more unshakable than ever. You are a teacher, a true guide. You hold a rare and powerful ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, and wisdom. Everything you've endured has not been in vain. It's been a profound initiation into your own mastery. You've learned so much from these experiences, not just about the world, but about yourself. What has emerged from this is your essence of purity. Those toxic people tried to twist your light, to make you question your own goodness. They projected their shadows onto you, their insecurities, their self-loathing, their hidden darkness, and tried to convince others you were the one embodying those qualities. But the truth always rises. People are now seeing clearly that it was projection all along. This has placed you even more firmly on your divine path. You are a leader. You are a teacher. You are someone who is helping others navigate similar storms. You guide people on their spiritual paths. You help them understand their own truth, and you shine as an example of integrity and resilience. Spirit is making it clear. They wanted to discredit you. They wanted to tarnish your reputation because they could not create or sustain the abundance, stability, or love you've cultivated within yourself. You are the Knight of Pentacles, steady, disciplined, dedicated to your spiritual growth. They tried to break that image because your very existence reminded them of what they lacked, of what they felt unworthy of. But it backfired. Instead of discrediting you, they revealed themselves. People can see their intimidation tactics, their bullying, their attempts to manipulate and tear others down. This situation has not only shown others who they truly are, but it's also helped you confront the deeper fears that had been quietly living inside of you. Perhaps you've had a pattern in the past of being bullied, intimidated, or mistreated. This experience has been a mirror, forcing you to face the inner bullies, the hidden fears, doubts, and wounds, so you could finally release them. It was a shadow that needed to be integrated. These toxic people, concealing their own fears behind verbal or even physical abuse, unknowingly played the role of catalysts for your healing. Now, the mask is off. People can see them for what they are, and they can see you for who you truly are. A teacher, a leader, someone deeply rooted in truth. They thought they could diminish you, but instead they became the stepping stones to your elevation. That was their greatest delusion, and it has been their downfall. You are a true pioneer, someone with an innate passion for creating and doing what has never been done before. This is the essence of the powerful bond you share with spirit, with the divine. You are not only a seeker, but also a messenger and a teacher of higher truth. A spiritual leader in your own right. Through your insights and your work, you open doors for others. You help people see from a new perspective, expand their awareness, and open their hearts and minds to a higher power, to the reality that we are infinite beings having a human experience. You also carry the Samaritan archetype within you, refining your capacity to help even those others would prefer to ignore. You see the good in everyone, and as an empath with a powerful intuition, you genuinely try to offer healing and support to those who are lost or hurting. Deep down, however, you have always sensed that some of these people were deeply damaged, that the darkness was working through them. As an empath, it may not have even crossed your mind that they would betray you so completely, but that's exactly what happened. With the Ten of Swords energy, you experienced deep betrayal from those you were trying to help. You may have thought they would respond with gratitude, compassion, or at least empathy, but they lacked it entirely. It didn't matter how much you gave. Your time, your energy, your heart, they still threw you under the bus without a second thought. This is one of the hardest lessons for an empath, realizing that some people do not care and that no amount of kindness or service will awaken their empathy. This is where your transformation happened. These experiences, though painful, turned you into a super empath, someone who has been refined by fire. You are still compassionate and willing to help others, but now you have discernment. You can see the signs, you understand the patterns. You will never again doubt your intuition. You know now that saying no to toxic people does not make you unkind or unloving. In the past, you may have felt guilty, as though withholding your help was a betrayal of your own heart. But you've learned that while many people need support, true change always comes from within. People can only ever save themselves. This journey has also taught you about boundaries. You may have had healthy boundaries before, but now they are stronger, clearer, and rooted in wisdom. Because some people are so toxic, so intent on controlling or harming, they will bulldoze any boundary you try to set. But you now understand this and have built unshakable inner walls of discernment and self-trust. This empowerment is one of the greatest gifts of your path. And now, as you align more deeply with your soul tribe, you are finding your people, those who are also on the path of awakening, those who are committed to their own spiritual work. Together, you are forming something powerful, a collective, a team, perhaps even a divine partnership or union where the divine masculine and feminine energies work in harmony. Like the monk and the nun, you and your soul tribe, or your divine counterpart, are here to serve, to build, and to heal, to bring light into the world not as isolated individuals, but as a united force. This is your mission, your path. The darkness may have tried to stop you, but it only forged you into something stronger, clearer, and even more aligned with your divine purpose. So let's dive even deeper. How are people seeing you now? They see you as extraordinarily creative, a living embodiment of this pioneer energy. Your passion for doing and creating what has never been done before radiates through everything you touch. Your creative expression is not only admired, but also felt as a force. People sense it and are moved by it. They also see you as incredibly strong, because despite everything you've been through, you're thriving. You're stepping into happiness, or this is exactly what you're moving into now as you continue your healing and spiritual work. You're becoming this master manifester, someone who envisions happiness, abundance, and peace, and then calls it into reality. You're building a fresh start for yourself, a new chapter that feels aligned, sacred, and purposeful. This entire experience came into your life as a mirror to show you exactly what you don't want, so you could become crystal clear about what you do want. Peace, tranquility, serenity, empowerment, and true happiness. And now, you're planting the seeds of that reality, those Knight of Pentacles seeds, and they're taking root, growing strong and steady. People are noticing that you're deeply tuned into your inner voice. You're listening to the divine, your higher self, the angel's spirit. You're showing discernment now, a sharp, graceful ability to sense who truly loves and supports you. And because of that, you naturally gravitate toward those genuine souls and their energy, recognizing your own worth and power in the process. The toxic people who once hovered around you, trying to weigh you down, are fading into the background. They tried to shake your confidence, make you question yourself, and lead you off your path. But it hasn't worked. You see right through them, and everyone can witness this transformation. People are inspired by how you trust your inner voice so openly, And in doing so, you're encouraging them to trust their own intuition as well. You're activating that awareness in others, showing them how to notice their inner guidance more deeply, which in turn helps them on their own paths. And as you continue on this journey, you're meeting, or soon will meet, Earth Angels, people who show up as messengers of love and truth in your life. These encounters reaffirm your path and give you glimpses of the beauty, authenticity, and divine support that surround you now. This is your focus: love, truth, and alignment with spirit. How else are people seeing you right now? They're seeing you as absolutely radiant, beautiful inside and out. That energy reflected in the F-Fall card speaks volumes. You're glowing, and people can't help but notice. Some of you may already be physically attractive, but what's striking people even more now is the beauty of your soul, your heart, your essence. This glow ties directly into the envy those toxic people once held toward you. They couldn't stand to see the light you naturally carry. People are also seeing you as someone who speaks their truth and isn't afraid to express their feelings anymore. This is you stepping fully into your voice. Those around you, your soul tribe, your fellow lightworkers, your spiritual family, they're providing a safe sanctuary for you to share your heart, your thoughts, and your emotions openly. This exchange of truth and authenticity is how you're working together with these souls. It's also part of how you're healing your emotions, finally feeling seen, heard, and deeply understood. This is mending wounds that may have been with you since childhood, the scars of bullying, rejection, or misunderstanding. At the bottom of the deck, people see you as incredibly helpful, a person who uplifts others. You give freely, and now others want to give back to you. They've watched you go through that 10 of Swords moment, betrayed, on the ground, overwhelmed, and now they're extending their hands to help you rise again. People are witnessing your growth, your glow, and your increasing confidence, and many are genuinely happy for you. This is a complete contrast to the toxic energy of the past, those individuals who thrived on your pain and only smiled when you suffered. Now, you've either met or are about to meet people who truly care for you, who are thrilled to see you thriving and want to see you continue on this upward path. These Earth Angels, these genuine souls, are showing you the kind of support you've always deserved. You're beginning to deeply appreciate their presence and recognize the reflection of your own heart in them. You are wonderful in so many ways, and this is the truth of who you are. The toxic people tried to distort that truth to tear you down. They wanted the limelight for themselves, even attempting to use your energy and your essence to get it, pretending to be like you while telling others you were like them. They twisted narratives and tried to invert reality. But your light, your authenticity, is untwistable. It shines through anyway, and people are finally seeing the whole, unfiltered you. How else are people truly seeing you? They're seeing you getting better, brighter, and stronger every single day. Even those who once stood against you, the critics, the doubters, the quiet enemies, are forced to witness your glow. They're seeing you thrive, and they are powerless in the face of it. This whole journey has revealed not only to them, but also to you that their darkness holds no power compared to the infinite light and truth you embody. People are seeing you as a genuinely good friend, kind, compassionate, thoughtful, and loving. Even to those who betrayed you or tried to harm you, you showed integrity and heart. They can't deny it. Your spirit, your kindness, your consistency stands out. You're not just kind, you're one of a kind, a rare soul. I'm hearing diamond in the rough. People recognize this uniqueness in you. You're a bright, shining light, and this draws people in. The benevolent ones, those who want to grow, heal, and evolve, feel inspired and uplifted by your presence. But even the toxic ones, those who tried to drain your energy or switch places with you, are magnetized toward you, only to realize that what you have can't be stolen. And now, people are seeing the truth. The same crowd that some toxic individuals thought would watch your downfall. In reality, they're the ones who admire and appreciate you. They see your resilience, your light, your authenticity, and they love you for it. You've become someone who shines so brightly that you transform the energy around you, no matter who's watching. So if this reading has resonated with you, let me know down in the comments. I'd really love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with anyone who might also need to hear this message, and subscribe if you haven't already. all of that truly helps me out with the algorithm and allows me to keep creating and sharing more with you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I appreciate your time and energy more than you know. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.